Let's find out if the new Sagamore 9-year is something you should be adding to your Christmas list this year. Welcome back to Capitol Bourbon, everyone. My name is Steven. On today's special video, we got a new bottle opening here. We got the Sagamore 9-year. This bottle here is coming in at 112.6 proof or 58.3% alcohol by volume, and it's aged 9 years in new charred oak barrels. And this is batch 1A, which is a new release here from the Sagamore distillery. And it's actually the reserve series here, so you won't be able to find it everywhere. You can find it in Maryland, and I know that the distillery is actually selling it. If you're able to travel to Baltimore or Maryland, you're able to pick it up from the distillery. You can buy a few of them online there and then pick it up. So if you're looking for this bottle, that's one way to get it. Another way is just to check your local stores and see if they're bringing these bottles in. I know Maryland had a bunch a few months ago, and I just found actually a couple on the Virginia ABC store shelves here. So if you're in Virginia, start looking out for those. With the drops happening recently, you might be able to find one on your shelves there. I did get kind of lucky. This bottle here I actually purchased in Washington, D.C. And it was kind of weird that, this bottle was just released, and that store in Washington, D.C. actually had a sale on this bottle, which I think the MSRP is around $70 to $80. And I was actually able to get it for around $60 because that store, for some reason, has sale on this bottle, even though it was just recently released. So I had to pick it up and snag a bottle there. And I did see it at the ABC stores here in Virginia for $80. So a bit of a price difference there. I think $70 is the MSRP. We can find it at the distillery. But yeah, Virginia's selling for $80. Not too bad there. And still, I think, worth it for a 9-year here. This one is not cask strength, I believe. Yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere on the bottle this is cask strength, so I'm assuming it is watered down to 112.6 proof. And on the back here, it does say that it's distilled in Indiana, but it's bottled in Sagamore Spirits in Baltimore, Maryland. So this is definitely still using some of that MGP juice there, which I'm not complaining at all, since MGP juice can actually be pretty good. And I know in particular, Sagamore has been using MGP juice for a long while now, and really they're masters of blending. So whatever barrels they actually get from MGP, they usually age it and char it in different barrels and oak barrels that they get, and they turn into something really extra special there at Sagamore. That's what they're known for, and they do an excellent job at that. That's a quick intro, and that's definitely enough talking. I know you guys want to see me try this one. So let's go ahead and open it, see how it smells, see what the palate is, and finally give it a ranking there. And before we go ahead and do that, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That helps the channel grow significantly and helps me make content for you guys, and really goes a long way in growing this channel. Fresh cork pop here. Pretty good. All right, we got our Sagamore 9-year here poured up. Immediately, I can tell the color on this one's pretty dark, definitely darker than most of your standard whiskeys. And the darker the color that your whiskey is, the more likely it is to have those deep, rich, complex flavors. It'd be something a little bit special there. So without further ado, let's see how it is on the nose. Okay, wow. Hitting you immediately with a bunch of spice there, a bunch of rye spice, as well as just whiskey spices. It smells kind of like fall, honestly. You kind of step outside, you smell pumpkin, leaves. It's a little earthy there too as well, tobacco in there. Very spicy though, very sweet on the nose too. The nose on this one's excellent. You could actually sit down with this one and smell it all day and just pick those nuances. Yeah, really enjoying the nose there. Kind of getting a butterscotch and buttercream on this one, almost like a coconut pina colada, pineapple type of cream. Yeah, butterscotch on this one too, which is quite excellent. All right, well, if the nose is any indication, this whiskey is fantastic. Let's go ahead and see how it is on the palate and see how it really is. Definitely has a little bit of kick to it. That 112 proof definitely drinks like 112. However, you're immediately punched with a bunch of flavor. It's thick. The finish there is long lasting. You are getting a lot of spice there, kind of like a pumpkin, honestly, to me. Maybe it's fall. That's just kind of in my mind here now. We are getting a lot of rye spice, kind of that dill, a little bit of mint there. Not too much mint, but a little bit of mint. Kind of that earthy feel that kind of rye is known for. It's nothing too overpowering and nothing, that I think is offensive to any normal standard bourbon drinkers and whiskey drinkers. I think this is an excellent option if you're getting into rye. However, it is definitely more on that rye side compared to, regular bourbon or anything like that, really. But yeah, this one's really good. You are getting a lot of good, rich, deep flavors there too. A lot of spice. Again, let's try that one more time. You are tasting that age there too. 9-year for this one, I think it was aged perfectly. You are getting hints of char and oak. However, it's not overpowering at all and actually really complements the spice and the mouthfeel in this one. So yeah, I think this one's fantastic, and it blows out a lot of whiskeys really, and a lot of ryes that are around the same price point, $70, $80. This is an absolute buy. And right up there with the Jack Daniel's single barrel, honestly, this one's fantastic. It's a little less sweet. You're not getting those brown sugar creamy notes that you can get on some of the Jack Daniel's barrel proof single barrel ryes, but it's definitely holding its own. It's definitely complimentary there. If you have one of those and one of these bottles, they definitely are different enough and definitely holds its own to the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, which is definitely one of my favorites. I own a few of those bottles. But yeah, this is a pretty good rye whiskey, and a 9-year whiskey coming at $80, $70, you cannot beat that really. That's good. Yeah, fantastic. the finish there goes actually pretty long. Again, you're getting that charred oak. So yeah, I think this is a great whiskey. Really highly recommend it. If you can find one, definitely try to buy it. If you can make your way out to the distillery out in Baltimore, buy one online, pick it up. I think it's worth it. And while you're out there, buy a couple of their other offerings just because Sagamore is doing something right and really releasing some good whiskeys out there. The more I'm sipping on it now, and I'm picking out some more sweetnesses, some more red fruit, I think, some raspberries are popping on this one. So, you know, the flavors on this one are complex, deep, and rich, and they are evolving. It's not the most complex, deep, and rich whiskey out there, but, you know, for 9 years and for the price point, this is a fantastic bottle and a fantastic pour. I'm happy I got this one and actually got a backup. And I will be enjoying this one for Thanksgiving and Christmas and the fall coming up here. I think this is a perfect fall whiskey. And for my ranking for the Sagamore 9 year, I'm gonna give it a pretty high score. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 86. I think it's pretty good, definitely well above average, for a rise, and kind of middle of the road there from, you know, being a full on blast rye versus like a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, which is more lean towards the bourbon side. I think it's a pretty fantastic one. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give that an 86 ranking, which is pretty darn good here for the Sagamore 9 year, coming in that price point of $70 to $80. So without further ado, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. And please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you think about Sagamore line and fall whiskeys for the summer. What would you recommend? And without further ado, guys, I hope you're enjoying your whiskey, and I'll see you next one. Cheers.